I don't care. I'm Tyler. I'm a former financial advisor and portfolio manager. Now I make financial content for free so you don't have to pay for it.
For example, if I go to the store and I'm like, oh, let me just buy this just for when I run out, like shampoo, foundation, whatever it is.
This is day one of not spending any money in 2026.
Hey, can I get a decent job? Well, let's see. Do you have a high school diploma? Yes.
These are things that I'm no longer buying in this economy and in order to double my net worth by the end of next year.
My boyfriend and I are trying to buy a house in 2026. So I have 4 things that I'm cutting out of my budget. I'm not purchasing these things at all.
I'm doing a no buy year in 2026, so here are 5 things I won't be buying next year. The first thing is clothes and shoes. I won't be buying any clothes or shoes.
There are a couple things that I wouldn't be spending my money on.
Americans aren't just not cutting back. Some are refused to spend. Restaurant, subscription, new car, clothes, update, unpurchased purchases. People just are looking at the prices saying, no, I'm keeping my money. And if there were enough Americans who's doing this, the economy could feel it. Let me know down below the comment if I'm right or not. If people have the power or not. Make sure you guys subscribe, share, like, and don't forget to hype me up, hype me up, hype me up. Alright, check out this video.
5 things I'm no longer spending money on as a former shopping addict with £19,991 in debt who wants to reach financial freedom as quickly as possible. Number 1, I'm doing a no-buy year. This one does seem a little bit over the top, however, for my circumstances, it's the best thing. Clothes and shoes is where most of my salary goes, so this is the first thing that I need to cut out. Number 2, cutting down on subscriptions. I had no idea that I was paying for a premium cap cut, which was over £20, and now I'm just paying the basic one for $7.99. I've also removed Spotify. Yes, I do have to listen to adverts for music, but really I just listen to podcasts. Number 3 is a very big one, actually. It's my hair. I won't be dyeing my hair in the hairdressers. As you can see, I had a bit of a balayage, but I won't be touching it. It's very expensive. My last hairdresser's appointment was £300. That was just before Christmas. I have mixed race hair, and actually anything I do to my hair is very expensive. Number 4 is eating out in restaurants. I'm going to be cooking everything from home. With the kids, it's a different thing. I will still buy the McDonald's. I will still,
Shit that I'm not going to be spending money on 2026. Number 1, backup items. For example, if I go to the store and I'm like, oh, let me just buy this just for when I run out, like shampoo, foundation, whatever it is, I'm not going to do that because I'm just spending money at the moment that I don't need. So I'm just going to buy it whenever I run out and go to the store and then spend the money when I actually need something. Number 2, Sephora sale. Sephora sale always gets me and I just say, oh, it's on sale. But then I'm buying stuff that I don't even need. At the end of the day, it's just spending money. I'm not going to be doing the Sephora sale this year unless I really need something, like if I'm out of stock of something. Number 3, new drops. For example, your favorite influencers are always promoting new drops about daily drills, park, whatever it is. I don't need clothes. I'm not going to be doing that. Number 4, grocery shopping with no list. A lot of times I would go grocery shopping without a list or without like a meal plan, and I would just buy random stuff and then don't use it throughout the week or whatever, and then things will go bad and I just have to throw things out, and that's just wasting money. I'm just throwing money away. This year I'm gonna do like a little meal plan.
This is your reminder to check your local Buy Nothing page because you never know what you're gonna find, and just follow your pride and ask people sometimes, because I did not want to spend $22 on soccer socks for my kids this year. That just seemed ridiculous when last year was $14 for the same amount of socks. So I asked on there this morning, swallow my pride, just asked if anyone had any lying around because I don't care, I'll wash them, no big deal to me, and someone did. So always look to gift on there too, anytime you have something that someone might need or want. But I was like, yes, score. I did not want to waste, in my opinion, $22 on socks. Was ridiculous.
I have a question for you guys. When are people going to really stop pretending like everything is okay in America? The credit card debt rises to $1.26 trillion, an all-time record high. Do you guys remember when people used to get credit cards? It was for like big time purchases. Like, let's say if you really needed like a laundry machine or whatever, maybe you wanted something really nice, but it was like just like a big purchase. Or they usually use it for like vacations. Now people are using it just to survive. They're using it to literally buy food. We are in a mortgage debt crisis. We are in an auto loan debt crisis. We are in a credit card debt crisis, student loan, you name it. It's literally like debt America. Then they did some surveys and they said that 63% of Americans live paycheck to paycheck. 90% have less than $500 left each month. So my question is this: when are people going to stop pretending like everything's okay? Because it's not. It's clearly not. And the system that we have in place, it's not working because there are jobs that people cannot get anymore. Dave?
This is day one of not spending any money in 2026.
Hey, babe.
Fuck.
Hey, can I get a decent job? Well, let's see. Do you have a high school diploma? Yes. No. Some college? Yes. Okay. Also, no. Do you have a bachelor's degree? Yes. Cool. Still no. Master's degree? Yes. Nice. But no. Okay. But here, fill out your information and we'll see what comes up. Okay. Oh, there are actually some good options here. You should apply. Okay, I will. What? Just, none of those jobs were real, and now you've had your data harvested, and now you're gonna be inundated with incessant robocalls. Oh man, that's too good, that's too good. Oh, come on, it's funny. But no, I'll give you a break. I don't have any decent jobs, but I can give you this dookie butt job. Will I finally get healthcare? Yes. Oh, great. High deductible plan, high premium, and the doctor will charge you if you ask us.
These are things that I'm no longer buying in this economy and in order to double my net worth by the end of next year. The average American spends $3,693 on takeout a year. In my mind, takeout makes no sense. If you want the food, you can either make it or you can go pick it up. It doesn't make sense to be charged $20 in a delivery fee for that food to come wet, soggy, and just not good. Now that I'm 25 and I live in my own apartment, I really want to start decorating my apartment, but I also see that there is so much influencing when it comes to all the things that you need for your apartment. So when it comes to artwork, when it comes to decorations, when it comes to a bunch of different things that you could decorate your apartment with, yes, I think it's important to have style and to embrace that journey with expressing yourself, but do it in a way that makes sense. You don't need to buy the next new thing every single month in order to keep up with the apartment trends. The average American buys 70 articles of clothing per year, and in my mind, it doesn't make sense to buy a bunch of fast fashion, a lot of clothes that are not going to maintain and not going to last a long time. And it is better in my mind to buy once than to buy 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, because the quality of what you're buying is not there. I hope this list helps because we're all encouraged to buy and spend and overextend.
I'm gonna say what a whole lot of normal people are thinking right now, but won't say it. What the fuck are we working for anymore? Seriously. You bust your ass all week, paycheck hits Friday, by Saturday that motherfucker belongs to someone else. And God forbid a tire blows out on your vehicle or your kid needs something unexpected. And then you got people who are like, oh, you just need to save more money. Save what? I'm trying to save the $14 left in my checking account until next Friday. And I'm tired of seeing normal everyday people feel like they're failures because they don't have $20K sitting in their savings account. Some of us aren't buying yachts and Rolexes, we're buying hamburger meat and trying to figure out why 2 bags of groceries cost $100 fucking dollars. That's real life for most people right now in this country. So let me ask you this, after all your bills are paid every month, are you actually getting ahead or are you starting over from zero? Put it in the comments. How many people are actually living like this right now? Or is it just me?
My boyfriend and I are trying to buy a house in 2026. So I have 4 things that I'm cutting out of my budget. I'm not purchasing these things at all. I'm going to save my money by not purchasing these things. And here's what they are and here's why. The first item, sadly, is Tree Hut body scrubs. My main reasoning is because I have over 40 of them. They're $10 each. That's crazy. I don't use them every night. I need to use what I've got I need to quit adding to my collection. If I get them as gifts, fine, but I myself will not be purchasing any more of them. The next item is perfume. Again, I have entirely too much. I buy them when they're on sale, so I have like 15 bottles of perfume and all of them are almost full. I need to use what I've got before I purchase more. That dang sun is bright. Item number 3 is claw clips, because why do I need 20 of them? I can only have one in my hair at a time. I don't need to purchase more just because they're cute, and I don't have that color when I probably already do. I'm not buying anymore. Lastly, candles. I love candles, but I have so many because, again, I purchase them when they're on sale, and I use my wax warmer more.
Here are 5 things I refuse to spend money on in 2026. Call me cheap, I don't care. I'm Tyler, I'm a former financial advisor and portfolio manager. Now I make financial content for free so you don't have to pay for it. 5, tipping at counters. You handed me a cookie. I walked 3 feet to grab it. Why I'm tipping 20%? I don't know. I'm officially opting out. Number 4, a new iPhone. Mine's from 2019. Makes calls, records videos, sends texts. You're being scammed every September when Apple tells you the camera just got 2% better. Number 3, full price streaming services. I love my streaming services as much as the next person. But here's a pro tip. If you call and say you're canceling once a year, 90% of the services will lower your rate immediately back to intro prices. It costs them more to lose you than for you to pay less. Number 2, new clothes. I own maybe 14 things. Same 3 shirts, 2 pairs of jeans, a vest. Buy what works, wear it till it falls apart. Then buy the exact same thing again. Number 1, alcohol. Average millennial spending like $200 a month on booze. That's $2,400 a year. I'm not judging, and I've been there, done that. But now I prefer creating the financial freedom to be able to travel to Arizona for the winters. And if any of this is helpful, sign up for my free weekly newsletter by clicking the link in my bio.
With prices on a continual rise, there's just some things I'm not putting my money towards anymore. One of them's going to the movies. And I used to love going to the movies up until I found out it's damn near a $50 deposit just to go. And that's without getting popcorn or drinks. You pretty much are running up a tab to almost fall asleep during the movie. I'm good off that. And the prices of streaming and all of that has gone to the roof. There's just no reason for me of having to go. Second is paying for early delivery fees, because I'm just not paying $7, $8 for whatever I'm ordering online to come a day early. I have enough self-control to where I could wait the standard 7 days. Plus, half of the time, some of the stuff that I be ordering, I be having to take back anyway, so I'm already out an extra $6, $7. Third is just buying new clothes. Personally, I cycle through the same 6 outfits. I'm a homebody. There's no reason for me to have to buy a whole bunch of outfits that I'ma only wear once. I don't go anywhere. There's just no need for me to be dripped up head to toe where I don't have to be. I'm chilling. I've gotten to the age and the point in my life to where I just don't need things, name brands. Give me some sweats and a t-shirt and I'm cool. I really have no problem in giving up any of these things because life is only getting more expensive by the moment.
I'm doing a no buy year in 2026, so here are 5 things I won't be buying next year. The first thing is clothes and shoes. I won't be buying any clothes or shoes. That includes costumes, that includes pyjamas, that includes underwear. No clothes and shoes whatsoever, not even secondhand. The second thing I won't be buying is toiletries or skincare. For the last year, maybe year and a half, I've been doing Project Pan, where I use up all my skincare and toiletries as well as makeup and cleaning supplies. I did pause just before my wedding so I could buy some new makeup to try out and some new skincare to try out, but I am getting back on it now. So for 2026, I won't be buying any makeup or toiletries unless I run out of all of something in a specific category. So for example, when I run out of all of my conditioner, like hair conditioner, I can buy one more. But only when all of the same product have been used up. If you've seen my page before, you know I've already done Project Pan, as well as already doing no buy months before. And if you have also seen me before, I save my empties to show you what I've used for the month and go to the Boots recycling scheme. With the Boots recycling scheme, you have to spend £10 on something in store to get the points back, which means I bought £10 worth of toiletries to then have to use them as well.
Nearly 70% of Americans are in debt, and the number one reason they gave in our survey, inflation. According to the pennyhoarder.com's 2026 State of Debt in America report, 21% of Americans say rising costs are the main reason they're in debt. Another 17% say their income simply isn't enough to cover their expenses. And yet, 35% of us blame ourselves for our debt. Here's the thing, you can't always cut your way out of rising costs, but you can take a look at where your money is going. Our financial experts recommend starting with a budget, tracking your spending, and identifying areas where you can cut back. Sometimes it's as simple as using a car insurance comparison tool like Insurify to compare rates and ensure that you're paying a competitive price, or checking for forgotten subscription charges you didn't realize you were still paying. Follow us for more money tips and head to thepennyhoarder.com to see our full 2026 State of Debt report.
We're doing a no spend in 2026. One of my goals for my quarter calendar is no spend for 3 months. Here's a list of things that I'm not spending any money on. I'm not eating out alone, or am I going and buying coffee at Starbucks or any little cafes. We're not buying any new makeup. We're not buying any new clothes for this year. What we have is what we use. I have made the rules that samples don't count. That doesn't mean refundable samples. I'm not doing that. We're just doing regular smuggler samples. So no home decor, no candles, no extra fragrances. What I have is what I'm going to use. We're cutting out all spontaneous spending. We're going to learn to shop at home, and I'm going to do videos of me organizing all the little places in my house so I know what I have stock of. When we do go shopping for the necessities, it will be made for a Walmart pickup order or a Walmart delivery. That way it is controlled of what we buy. Go back for part 2.
It is almost New Year's, so here are 3 things I will not be buying in 2026. Number 1, an ostrich. I already have too many living things to take care of, so it is just not in the cards for 2026. A fax machine. I am really just tapped out on the number of ways that we communicate these days, so I'm just cutting out fax altogether. Number 3, a unicycle. I think I'm really pushing it with the level of clumsiness that I have and the fact that I ride horses. I just no unicycle in 2026. Feel free to share the things that you are absolutely not buying in 2026.
I'm not buying shit in 2026 that I don't need. There are 5 things I refuse to spend money on in 2026. Number 1 is going to be bottled water. I got a water bucket jug about a month ago. It has a filter and my whole family has been using it. No problems. Number 2 is going to be any new shoes. I have 10 pairs of shoes that I pretty much stick to, and the rest just sit in a closet collecting dust, so I'm not buying any new shoes. Number 3 is going to be any more Stanley cups, coffee mugs, water bottles. Unfortunately, I have about 7 or 8, but I am done getting a new one every season to match to a different handbag. Speaking of handbags, that's going to be on the list at number 4. I am not buying any more handbags. I am actually selling handbags I'm no longer using online on Poshmark, Facebook Marketplace, Mercari, taking that money to put it towards student loan debt or credit card debt, whatever. The thing I'm not going to be buying in the new year is going to be any skincare products. I have enough, so I am going to be doing Project Pan for skincare products to not purchase anything else for 2026 for my face. Drop in the comments what you are not buying in 2026.
Here are 5 things I don't spend money on in 2026 as a refined rich girly. Because being a refined rich girl doesn't mean we're spending money on everything, but instead it's making a plan for our money, using our money wisely, and saving as much as possible. So the first thing I don't spend money on is I don't spend money at coffee shops. And if you think this is from a coffee shop, no, it's not. It's from my house. I calculated I save about $3,000 to $4,000 making coffee at home. Number 2, I'm not spending money at ridiculous restaurants that I have been to before or just aren't my vibe. I am eating more at home. I'm learning how to cook more at home. And this way I'm actually eating healthier because I'm able to control what I eat. But if it's a regular restaurant, it's not in the budget. It's not in my priorities for 2026. Number 3, I'm not spending money on poor quality items. I would rather spend money on things that are better quality and will last longer. That way I'm not supporting fast fashion, and also I have items that will last for a long time. Number 4, I'm not spending money on
things I refuse to spend my money on as a 2026 bride getting married in 3 months. The only dessert we're having is the wedding cake, and that's it. I am not spending any extra money on other desserts because truly a lot of them, the weddings I've been to, are thrown out because people do not eat them. Especially like the candy bars or the grazing tables and things like that. They all get like thrown out at the end of the night, and the majority of it's not eaten. Going along with that theme, I am not doing favors at my wedding. I appreciate you being there. I am going to give you an open bar and a delicious meal and a great experience. I'm not getting you a little $5 trinket to take home with you. I'm also not spending any money on signage at all. You know where you are. It's not a conference. If you don't know where you are, that's a bigger problem. flowers. I am just doing very simple like bud vases on the tables. I am not spending any amount of money on large arrangements or centerpieces because truly a lot of them just get thrown out at the end of the night and people do not appreciate them. I definitely want things to be aesthetic and cute, but not at the price of spending $5,000, $7,000, $8,000 on flowers, which is how much it costs. Gifts the morning of the wedding to my husband and for him to give me and for our parents, like that's not happening at all. We aren't doing any sort of like gift exchange. I just think it's really unnecessary. And I even talked to my parents about it and like Tyler and I talked about it. And truly,
these are things that I refuse to spend money on. No matter how much money I have, I will not spend money on these things. Starting off strong, my nails, especially my pedicure. Because one time, like 4 years ago, I went to a really expensive nail salon and I got toenail fungus. And it took me forever to outgrow that freaking toenail, dude. It was yellow and nasty and there was like gunk that smelled disgusting underneath my toenail. And you know what the craziest part was? I paid like $60 for my pedicure. $60 to get toenail fungus. Also, I chew my fingernails, so there's really no purpose of me paying $80 for my manicure. Second would be like any DoorDash, Uber Eats, anything like that. Like I will go to the freaking restaurant and pick it up myself. If not, I'm not eating. Next is like any party decorations. I'm very creative and very, very good at decorating. So I'm not spending $500, $600 on a stupid balloon garland when it's like a $13 Amazon kit and like I can do it myself. It's really not that hard. Another thing is designer handbags or designer clothes. I'm sorry, but if you...
In this economy, some things are just not worth your money anymore. So here's part 3 of things that your ass should not be spending money on in this economy. First, unused gym memberships. You know your fat ass ain't going to the gym. You went to the gym one time and been paying a membership for years. Like, be for real. Cancel it now. Second, daily takeout delivery. Those $18 lunches and $30 delivery fees add up fast. Making food at home, even if it's a few days a week, can save hundreds a month. Third, fast fashion you wear once. Cheap clothes that fall apart after 2 washes end up costing more in the long run. Fourth, overpriced convenience. Pre-cut fruit, bottled coffee, single-use items that cost triple just to save a few minutes? Come on. Fifth, storage units. You over there paying for storage on things you never use and most likely forgot about. You need to sell or donate those things immediately. 6, excessive ride shares. Convenient, yes, but using them daily or even weekly can cost hundreds a month. And last, trying to look rich. Designer labels.
Things I won't be buying in 2026. Coming in hot at number 1, crack. I've never tried it, but I don't think I'd look good as a crackhead. Number 2, a marriage certificate. That didn't work out for me either. Number 3, definitely an iron because I've not used one my whole life and I'm not going to start now. If the dryer can't get the wrinkles out, I'm just not wearing it. Number 4, any more slime for my kids because that shit is hell. And coming in hot at number 5, any tattoos with anyone's name, initial, anything like that on it. I'm not doing it, and I don't recommend it for you either.
Here's a fact. If every single person that dislikes inflation were to become miserly with their penny pinch every penny and be cheap as shit, like get like your grandma, like get cheap. Don't spend any money. Bare minimum. If everybody who disliked high prices did this, we could bring these corporate motherfuckers down to our demand side. Because once that supply side starts building up, they got no choice but to lower those prices. Doesn't matter what your political beliefs are. We're all getting tired of getting fucked without getting a little kiss first, at least. I'm not talking about cancel culture and I'm not talking about boycotting. I'm talking about simply going bare bones minimum and bring these motherfuckers down a little bit. Don't pay their prices. Fuck them. Eat some beans and some sardines and crackers and shit just like your grandma.
What I'm going to be doing to save as much money as I can and not participate in this economy in the next several years. I definitely won't be buying a new car, so my little beauty's just going to have to last a little bit longer, but she's paid off, so we're going to hold out that she'll make it. And all car repairs will be done by us like they have always been. I already got a house, so I'm not going to be looking to move or buy a new house, hopefully. Travel, that's out. And now for me personally, I get all sketched out when planes fall out of the sky, so that's a reason to not bother. We are not eating out, and we're going to be building a garden to supplement the vegetables that are going to be very expensive soon. We're going to dump the streaming services. Honestly, they have not been very entertaining. They're very, very expensive, and I have over 700 movies in DVD form, so I'm just going to have to learn to love it. No home improvements, and if something breaks, yes, we will fix it ourselves, but we are not going to be doing any major home improvements because the cost of goods to do that will be exceptionally high. I already am a thrifter and a repurposer by nature, so I'm just going to keep doing that because we save it.
I'm a recovering shopping addict with over £19,000 of debt. I'm really trying to figure out my relationship with buying clothes. I love it. I absolutely love it. But there is a very fine line between appreciating fashion and then using it to regulate your emotions. So going out shopping when you're sad or really elated. I do genuinely love fashion and I appreciate craftsmanship. I studied fashion textiles at university, and I also studied fashion buying and merchandising. The fashion industry can be quite cruel towards people who don't have their own sense of personal style. And I think that whole ethos of what you look like really matters is one of the reasons why I have so much debt. I would rather have money in my bank instead of money in my wardrobe.
Why is it so hard to not spend money? I said I was going to have a no spend weekend. Here I am at Target with my latte. Why am I so bad at not spending money? Oh, my husband is just so disappointed in me.
You're talking about a boycott. You're not talking about a strike. You're talking about a boycott. A strike requires a group of people to have a list of demands that they want met by the people they're striking from. What are our demands? Where's the list? Who's organizing this? Who's in charge? How is not buying groceries for a few days going to guarantee me abortion rights? How are you going to financially aid people living paycheck to paycheck during the strike? How are you going to aid single parents or working parents when they're trying to strike with their children? How are you going to financially aid disabled citizens who are striking who need to afford medication? If a strike does not have a list of demands and it doesn't have a way to help assist the people who are striking, it is not an effective strike. And y'all are trying to plan this for Mother's Day weekend. Even if that wasn't less than a week away, that is prime time for restaurants in this country. There's no way in hell it would have worked. This is not me being pessimistic, okay? Like, let's make that very clear. I think a strike would work. I think a strike of the working class would bring this damn country to its knees. But what y'all are trying to plan is not a strike. It is a boycott.
Yeah, I just got at Kroger, so I'm checking out or whatever, and I'm using my cards. And then I'm done paying, and the girl was like, oh, you owe 24 cents. I'm like, 24 cents? That's weird. And of course, I just swiped it because, it's 24 cents. I get to the car, check my receipt, talking about some kind of donation. Girl, I know you didn't just add no donation on my order without asking. I should go in there and pitch a fit about my 24 cents because no.
So I decided I'm not taking my old spending habits into 2026. So for the first quarter of the year, I'm doing a no buy challenge. This is not going to be a buy less challenge, like literally a no buy challenge. So the first rule that I'm going to go by is random online shopping. I'm not going to do it anymore. If I see something and it's not fixing like a real problem in my life, I'm not going to buy it. I'm going to write it down, I'm going to walk away, and I'm going to give myself some time. And you know how it is. Once that impulse wears off, then the desire goes too. So the second thing I'm cutting back on is clothes. And this isn't because I don't like clothes, but this is because I already own enough. I don't need to spend money every time I want to just keep up with the Joneses and do a different trend and feel updated, right? If I really want something, I'm going to find it secondhand, or I'm just going to wear what I got. And the biggest money leap for me has always been convenience shopping. Paying extra because I don't feel like cooking or because I'm just grabbing something fast. It feels easier in that moment. Most of that spending isn't planned. So I'm going to cut that out. It's emotional. It's emotional spending. So for 2026, I'm choosing.
What can we do to hurt Trump's economy and clap back as much as possible? So one of the ways that this new administration is trying to destroy America is by minority groups, and that includes women. And what they also try to do is get all of women's money and get it so women like to shop. And so one thing that I'm doing this year is a low buy year. And something that I've seen the past week is all of these influencers trying on and literally buying like 5 different pink red dresses for Valentine's. Like, it is ridiculous. They're buying hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. Well, they're actually getting it for free, and then they're advertising it for us so we can buy the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds that they get for free. So what I'm doing this Valentine's is I'm wearing the same dress that I wore last Valentine's Day, because last Valentine's Day I got it for Christmas. It's red tweed. I love it. I don't wear it a ton because it's like very fancy, and so part of me this year was like, oh, I want a new one because I wore that last year. But then I was like, but I love it, and I don't get to wear it a lot because it's not super fancy, and it makes me feel like queen. So please, let's not buy more cheap shit that's just gonna go to waste, and use our money to stimulate Trump's economy. Let's keep it to ourselves.
I just come to the conclusion that being an adult in 2026 is just having a pro membership to your life. I don't own anything. I'm just renting my existence for $9.99 a month. I tried to use my air fryer this morning and said I had to update my Crispy Cloud subscription. What? The car people try to give me a subscription to use my heated seats for $99 a month that are already in the car. What? In the 70s, you could buy a toaster and it lasted about 80 years. I forget to subscribe to my refrigerator and it locks me out for 14 days. I don't want a free trial to use my refrigerator. I don't. I have 14 different streaming services. I have a subscription for my vitamins. I have a subscription for my dog's vitamins. Premium air is probably going to be a thing soon. I can't afford it. If the rotisserie chicken goes to $40, I'm going to lose my mind because I have no retirement fund either. Like, what else can they turn into a subscription? Because my whole life is based on subscriptions. I don't get it. I need help. The government needs to stop stealing my money. I'm 26, and the only thing that's banking for me is my retirement fund, relying on a rotisserie chicken. Thank you. Please tell me I'm not the only one that is, like, suffering here. Like, I'm dying.
So, being that I'm an older woman, there are a couple things that I wouldn't be spending my money on in times of economic downturn. This is specifically for women. I would not be buying makeup. Now, I'm 60 years old and I don't care anymore. And I did wear makeup when I was younger. You can see it in the photos that I have. However, if it was between buying makeup to look pretty versus food, I would be buying food or medicine. Second thing I would not be spending money on is excessive hair products. Shampoo, conditioner, leave it natural. That's what I would do if I was struggling to buy food. Third thing has to do with nails. You don't need that. You do not need nails. And fourth, perfumes, any kind of scented whatever. You don't need all that. It has become this beauty standard that everybody thinks and feels like they're pressured into being.
The only way you can save money in this economy is to not care about your appearance. Have no friends and eat no food. That's the only way. Like, if you're going to have friends, just say bye to saving. If you care about your appearance, say bye to saving. And if you eat food, bro, you're going into minus. Forget saving. Stop eating.
It's gotten so bad that the billionaires are complaining. So the CEOs of McDonald's, of Whirlpool, and of Kraft have come out and said Americans are running out of money. They are not spending like they normally would. So the articles are saying that people by the end of the month don't have money, so they're not looking to go eat at McDonald's. They're not looking to buy Kraft products. They're not looking to buy a new washing machine and all that stuff. So they're having a lot of issues as businesses maintaining their margins. The reason why this is important, though, is because the United States GDP relies on consumerism, meaning people buying stuff, having a job and going to go buy stuff, by 70%. It's 70% or 68%. And that means that if consumerism goes down, our GDP drops with it heavily, because that means we're not producing anything. And it means if we're not producing anything, people are going to start losing their jobs, because that means if we're not producing stuff, that means people don't need stuff, which means we have to produce even less. And It's a really bad circle to be in. And I keep saying that no one in the government is doing anything about it, and it's continuing on.
While the cost of living continues to go up and people struggle to live their day-to-day lives, Target just got a $1 billion refund check from the government because of tariffs. Remember last year when Trump said that tariffs actually are good for the economy. It'll make us strong and powerful. And then all of the bills were fronted by the consumer instead of the businesses. Yeah, now the businesses are getting double their profits because they charged us more, and now they get a refund check because they lost money on those tariffs. Aside from Target doubling their net income with this refund check, other large companies like Amazon, FedEx, Nike, Apple, and others have seen their own refund checks ranging from $600 million up to $2 billion. And you would think that a company like Apple, who already has a net income, which means after all expenses, over $100 billion, seeing that kind of money would want to give back to the consumers instead of, I don't know, raising prices due to the chip shortage. It should be abundantly clear by now to anyone with the capacity to think that the public is the one who deals with the consequences of tariffs. We pay for it, not the businesses.
I personally am tired of paying for things that are overpriced, so in 2026, we are cutting back on our spending significantly. And here is a list of things that we are no longer going to be spending our money on for this year. I'm not getting my nails done. I'm not doing it. I'm not going to pay over $100 to get my nails done. I value the service. I think it's great. It's something I just can't afford anymore. So I'm just going to have like regular nails. I'm going to do my nails at home, growing them out, just having plain nails. It's going to be what it is. Cocktails at restaurants outside of happy hours. I am not paying $15 for a cocktail. I'm sorry. Not when I have a husband at home who can make a cocktail at home for me and it will be just as good. It's just not worth it to me anymore to spend what should be what a meal costs on a drink, like a fun little drink. You know what I mean? And I love a fun little drink, but I cannot justify it anymore. Never paid for food delivery because we're like, we can just go pick food up, but we're definitely not paying for food delivery in 2026. We have the means, we have the time, we have the transportation. We'll be going to pick food up if we are ordering food out at all. But on that note, we are eating out a lot less. We are not eating out unless we have like gift cards, unless we have like Amex credits to spend. Unless we have a deal, unless we're eating at happy hour prices, like we're just not doing it. We are only eating deals this year. Same with coffee out. We are not getting coffee out. Not that we really got coffee out that much to begin with, but I've certainly cut back on like the minuscule amount I was doing. Only getting coffee out.
Here's a list of all the shit that I'm not buying in 2026 because I'm a 26-year-old gross who is trying to save as much money as possible because I want to start a family. I want to have a base emergency fund. I want to save as much money as I'm making as possible. First on the list, which I've already broken, but it's not 2026 yet, a freaking coffee. Please tell me why this small coffee is damn near $8. That deserves jail time, and I'm not doing it anymore. I have coffee at home. I can make my coffee at home, and I can learn how to make fun, different coffees. This is out. Here's the thing. I really struggle with impulse buying. Like, I need something quickly, so I'll just get on Amazon and I'll buy what I need quickly, and then I don't actually end up needing it, like for a new event or a new, like our friends are going out. Oh, I need a new top. Oh, I need this. Oh, I forgot to buy that. Let me just go get it. I need to be more intentional with how I'm spending money and why I'm spending money. Like I can rewear things. I can be an outfit repeater. It's okay. This one's more so for my dogs. I feel like I need to get them something new every time I go to the store. Every time I'm at like TJ Maxx, I'm like, oh, they need a new toy. They need this. They don't need this, or they don't need the newest harness. They don't need the newest enrichment toy. They have what they need, and I'm so grateful for that. And if they need something, I will get it for them, but they don't need something.
Here are 5 things I'm not spending money on in 2026 as a budget conscious girly who wants to retire early. The first one is seasonal decor. So I am going to reuse what I own or thrift pieces if I so truly desire that I know won't expire with trends. But no more going to Home Goods and buying bath towels or dish towels or little knickknacks to put around the house for every season or every holiday. Christmas is my one minor exception to this, but I already have a couple decor items, so in 2026 I'm not purchasing any new ones. The second one is subscription overload. So if I don't use it weekly, it's getting canceled and I'm not purchasing any new subscriptions. The third one is fast fashion impulse buys or clothing in general that's inspired by trends. In 2026, I really want to focus on classic, high quality pieces that I know I'll wear for years. Another thing I want to do with my clothing is implement a one in, one out rule. So if I want to buy a new pair of blue jeans, but I already have a pair of blue jeans, if I buy that new pair, that means my old pair gets thrifted or donated. I'm not trying to accumulate all of these clothing items that I may or may not wear, or be buying items that might be impulsive just because something's trending or I wanted it, but I know that I actually have a quality piece already at home that I enjoy. The fourth one is going out just to spend. or being peer pressured to going out. That's
Inflation is up again. Thing is, every time this happens, it's Trump inflicted, and then we're suffering for no reason. Let me explain. Inflation is up to its highest rate in 3 years, meaning your money buys less stuff. When Trump took office in 2025, inflation was around 3% after COVID relief efforts. Now, about a year later, we're at 3.8%. Now, typically when we look at inflation, there's very rarely a cut and dry answer for why things rise. We're in a global economy, there's ripple effects to everything. But that's not the case here. When you look at the times that inflation has jumped, it's directly correlated with Trump doing something unhinged. Last year when inflation spiked from April to August, it was because Trump randomly slapped a universal 10% tariff rate on a giant list of countries on what he dubbed Liberation Day. As a result, food prices went up and countries took retaliatory measures. From August to September, inflation rose to 3%, and most economists say it's because of sustained tariffs, as well as Trump's threats of 30% tariffs on the EU, Mexico, and China. Now, here in May, inflation is up to 3.8%. Economists say it's because of fuel prices and supply chain disruptions due to the war with Iran. Gas is above $4.50 a gallon. Food and shelter prices also rose. And who started that war for no clear reason? It's one thing when we have to deal with inflation because of things outside our control, like the pandemic. It's another thing.
Americans are waking up to an economy in uncharted territory. The country's debt hit a record $40 trillion last week, and fears of persistent inflation and uncertainty about the Iran war sent financial markets reeling, driving borrowing costs, including those for the U.S. government, to their highest levels in 2 decades. The Treasury Department intervened midweek to help, but by Friday, the relief had evaporated. For everyday Americans, higher yields benefit savers, but they make mortgages and other loans more expensive.